Students, today we will be prove that electric field on the surface of conductor is equal to sigma over epsilon naught. In order to prove this, let us consider a conductor which is placed in external electric field. When a conductor is placed in external electric field, electric charge appear at its surface. Inside the conductor, electric field is always equal to 0 because no any charge is present inside the conductor. So in order to find the electric field at its surface, let us consider a point P very close to its surface. So electric field at point P is almost same as that on the surface of conductor. So when we find electric field at point P, indirectly we will find electric field on the surface of conductor. So in order to find electric field at point P, we will use Gauss theorem. So in order to use Gauss theorem, we have to draw a Gaussian surface which will enclose as much charge of this conductor as will producing effect at point P. So let us consider a conductor placed in external electric field so that charge appears at its surface. So let us consider sigma b its surface charge density. Let us consider P be any point close to surface of conductor. So in order to find electric field at point P, draw a Gaussian surface whose one face passing through point P as shown in figure. Write this. Gaussian surface will be a cylinder which enclose area ds vector of this conductor. Now from figure it is clear that this cylinder will enclose only that area of conductor which is equal to area of its either face, upper or lower. जिस तरह ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦਿਸਦਾ ਪਿਆ ਸਿਲੰਡਰ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੰਡਕਟਰ ਚੋਂ ਪਾਸ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਇਹ ਸਿਰਫ ਉਨੇ ਏਰੀਆ ਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਇਨਕਲੋਜ਼ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਏਰੀਆ ਇਹਦੇ ਉੱਪਰਲੇ ਜਾਂ ਲੋਅਰ ਫੇਸ ਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਨੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਹੀ ਸਿਲੰਡਰ ਪਾਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਨਾ ਹੀ ਏਰੀਆ ਇਹਦਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪੀ ਤੇ ਇਫੈਕਟ ਪਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਚਾਰਜ ਹੈਗਾ ਇਹ ਪੀ ਤੋਂ ਦੂਰ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ direct effect निकलता तो ऐसे we will consider only that charge of this conductor which can produce effect at point P. So we will draw a cylinder which enclose only that area of conductor which can produce effect at point P, and that area is ds vector, which is also area of its lower or upper face. This area vector is acting in outward direction. Now electric field is also acting in outward direction. As we know, electric field at the surface of conductor is always normal to its surface. That's why electric field is also acting in outward direction. So now applying Gauss theorem at this situation. So applying Gauss theorem, what we get? We get total electric flux through this cylinder. Now total electric flux through this cylinder can be found by finding electric flux through its three faces. It has three faces. One is this upper one, second one is this middle one, and third one is this lower one. Total electric flux ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿਲੰਡਰ ਚੋਂ ਕੱਢਣਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਤਿੰਨਾਂ ਫੇਸਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਦੀ ਇਲੈਕਟ੍ਰਿਕ ਫਲਕਸ ਫਾਈਂਡ ਆਊਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਜੇ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਐਡ ਕਰ ਦਈਏ ਤਾਂ ਟੋਟਲ ਇਲੈਕਟ੍ਰਿਕ ਫਲਕਸ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਇਸ ਸਿਲੰਡਰ ਚੋਂ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਿਕਲ ਰਿਹਾ। ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਰਨਾ, पहले फेस चो कितना इलैक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स क्रॉस करता है प्लस दूजे चो कितना करता प्लस तीजे चो, तो फिर टोटल इलैक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स आ जाए। फिर इनू असीं किस तरह लिख सकते हैं, ई वैक्टर डॉट ds वैक्टर ये मैं लिख देना ओवर फर्स्ट फेस प्लस ई वैक्टर डॉट ds वैक्टर ओवर सेकंड फेस एंड ई वैक्टर डॉट ds वैक्टर ओवर थर्ड फेस, एंड total this gives the total electric flux through the cylinder, and it is equal to charge over epsilon naught, dq over epsilon naught. I write here dq because this cylinder do not enclose whole charge, it encloses only a portion of this charge, and that portion is equal to dq. Now from figure it is clear that electric field and area vector are in same direction on phase 1, so we can write EDS cos 0 on first phase, and on second phase area vector is in outward direction and electric field is perpendicular to surface. So from here we can see angle between electric field and area vector is 90 degree on surface 2, so we can write EDS cos 90 plus on third surface is inside the conductor, and inside the conductor we can see there is no any electric field, so electric field inside the conductor is 0 at third phase. So as there is no any electric field at third phase, so electric flux is also 0, is equal to dq over epsilon naught. Now cos 0 is equal to 1, so we get E into ds plus cos 90 0, so whole term becomes 0, and third one is already 0, is equal to dq. Dq is the charge enclosed by this cylinder, and we know surface charge density is equal to charge enclosed per unit area, so charge is equal to sigma into ds. So we will use this definition here, so dq is equal to sigma ds over epsilon. Now solve this equation. We get EDS is equal to sigma ds over epsilon naught. So ds get cancelled with ds, and we get E is equal to sigma over epsilon naught. This gives the electric field at point P, or indirectly on the surface of conductor, because electric field on the surface of conductor is almost same as that on point P, and at point P we can see electric field is sigma over epsilon naught, so electric field on the surface of conductor is also equal to sigma over epsilon naught. Now note down this. Our next topic is behavior of dielectric slab in external electric field. Behavior of dielectric slab in external electric field. Yesterday we have learned about the behavior of conductor in electric field. When we place a conductor in external electric field, how it behaves. Now today we will discuss when a dielectric slab is placed in external electric field, how it behaves. Now in order to study effect of electric field, let us consider two charged plates are placed parallel with each other. So due to this, external electric field is acting from positive to negative charge, and let external electric field is E naught. Now let we place a dielectric slab in this external electric field. As we know, each substance has atoms or molecules inside it. Now each atom or molecule has charge. Now when we place this dielectric slab in external electric field, the whole positive charge of their atoms get attracted toward the negative plate, and whole negative charge of the atoms get attracted toward the positive plate. As a result, molecules become somewhat polarized. Atoms or molecules become polarized. They get stretched because their positive or negative charge is stretched by using external electric field. So whole positive charge gathered toward the negative plate, and whole negative charge is gathered toward the positive plate. As it is shown with this rectangle, that the total amount of positive charge inside this rectangle is equal to total amount of negative charge. So the positive charge inside the rectangle is cancelled by the negative charge inside the rectangle. So only charge appear at its faces. So one face become totally negative charge and other face become positive charge. But inside the net charge is 0 because inside negative charge cancelled its positive charge. So in this way, this dielectric slab also get charged when placed in external electric field. So let Qi is the charge appeared at each of its face. Minus Qi on minus side and plus Qi on plus side, positive side. So in this way, charge separation takes place. Now as charge gets separated inside the dielectric slab, electric field is also produced inside the dielectric slab, and it is from positive to negative charge, and it is represented by EP, that electric field due to polarization. EP means electric field due to polarization. Now we can see the direction of this internal electric field which is produced due to polarization of dielectric slab is opposite to that of external electric field. So net electric field which is acting on the dielectric slab is represented by E vector, and it is equal to E naught vector minus EP vector. So net electric field inside the dielectric slab is this much, and this is known as reduced value of electric field because it is less than that of E naught vector. It is less than that of external electric field. That's why the electric field inside the dielectric slab is named as reduced value of electric field. As we learned in case of conductors, a electric field inside and outside the conductor is same. That's why net electric field inside the conductor is 0, because external electric field balance the internal electric field. But in case of this dielectric, internal and external electric field are not equal. That's why there remains some value of electric field inside the dielectric, and that electric field is named as reduced value of electric field, and it is equal to E naught minus EP, where E naught is the external electric field and EP is the electric field due to polarization. So let sigma is the surface charge density. Let sigma is the surface charge density of each charged plate and sigma P is the surface charge density, and sigma P is the surface charge density of each face of the electric slab. Each face of the electric slab. As we can see, there is charge on the external plates, so the surface charge density of this external charge which is appeared on these plates is sigma P, and the charge which appear on the dielectric surfaces, outer faces, is represented by the surface charge density sigma P. And we know the electric field at the surface of a conductor is always equal to sigma over epsilon naught, as we have already explained. So electric field on the surface of this dielectric slab, and due to this plates, is given by E naught is equal to sigma over epsilon naught and EP is equal to sigma P over epsilon naught. So this gives the electric field due to external plates, and this gives the electric field due to charge separation inside the dielectric slab, and this is the represented as EP, that electric field due to polarization of the electric slab. So net electric field inside the electric slab is E naught minus EP. I mean to say sigma over epsilon naught minus sigma P over epsilon naught, and it is equal to sigma minus sigma P over epsilon naught. This is equal to E. So this gives the net electric field inside the electric slab, that reduced value of electric field inside the electric slab. Now we have learned about the reduced value of electric field which is produced inside the electric slab. Now we will learn about the polarization density. That what is polarization density of the electric slab placed in external electric field. So polarization density is related with the polarization, and its definition is, it is defined as the dipole moment valve per unit volume. Dipole moment valve per unit volume. So polarization density is represented by P, and it is equal to dipole moment valve per unit volume. So let D is the thickness of the slab and AB is area. So its volume will be A into D. Now here QI charge appear on one face and minus qy charge appear on another face, and dipole moment of this, we know what is electric dipole. Electric dipole means when two equal and similar charges, two equal and opposite charges are separated by certain distance. When two equal and opposite charges are separated by certain distance, we get a dipole. So when this length of the dipole is multiplied by either charge, we get dipole moment. So in this case, minus qy and plus qy, these are two equal and opposite charges separated by distance d, so they include dipole, and their dipole moment is either charge into separation. What is the separation between these two charges? It is equal to thickness of slab, and it is equal to d. Now what is the volume of this slab? You know, area into thickness. Area into thickness. So d is cancelled with d. We are left with q over a. And we know charge per unit area. What is charge per unit area? It is surface charge density. Now this is surface charge density of polarized charge, because qy charge is appeared due to polarization of the electric slab. So this represents the surface charge density of polarized charge. So polarization density is equal to surface charge density of polarization. So in this way we define polarization density. Now note down this. Now we will move to next definition, that the electric constant of the dielectric. Our next definition is dielectric constant of dielectric. What is dielectric constant of dielectric? It is defined as the ratio of applied electric field to the reduced applied electric field to the reduced value of electric field when a dielectric is placed in external electric field. So it is represented with K. So dielectric constant of dielectric is defined as the ratio of two quantities. Which two quantities? Applied electric field and reduced value of electric field. Now from this diagram we can see E naught is the applied electric field, and E naught minus EP, which I told you earlier, represent the reduced value of electric field. So it is the ratio of applied electric field to the reduced value of electric field. What is the reduced value of electric field? It is E. So this is the definition of dielectric constant of the dielectric. Thank you.